Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here, and today I'm going to cover every single upcoming unreleased feature for Battlefield 2042 that will be coming sometime in Season 4, 5 or beyond. So over the last year or so, we've heard DICE mention that a number of different features and additions to the game are in the works. Some of them were talked about on live streams, some of them on the Battlefield podcast, and some of them in the update notes. So since they've become so numerous, and I'm aware that a lot of new players weren't around when those things were mentioned, let's just go over absolutely everything right here in this video. Also, if I got you on April 1st with my Season 6 update video, I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. It was kind of fun reading the comments and actually seeing how many people fell for it, and believe me, I've done my fair share of falling for things like that as well, so don't feel bad if you did, but I promise I will never lie to you guys again. Well, at least not until next year. Now before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy the content so you don't miss out on any future Battlefield videos, and as always, thank you guys so much for your support. Okay, let's jump in because there's a lot to go through here. So starting with All Chat was mentioned back in the latest Inside Battlefield podcast, and whilst they didn't tell us when it will be dropping, they have told us that work has been completed on this, and honestly, I was surprised to see it missing from the recent patch 4.1. However, as you'll have noticed, we did get several other changes to the in-game chat box in terms of customization, so it looks like they're definitely gearing up to drop it soon, and I fully expect it to be in Season 4's lifespan. Next, thermal scopes for tanks. Again, this was mentioned in the podcast, so we already have thermal scopes for weapons, and thermals on vehicles were of course a part of Battlefield 3 and 4. So according to DICE, this is something they'd love to do, and it's on their list of future improvements, but at the time of the podcast, it didn't sound like it was already in development, so maybe not coming very soon, but at least some time in the future. Now, transport helicopter balance, a big point of controversy here. I know you guys absolutely love these vehicles, right? So they're exploring ways to lower their survivability against incoming damage. They're revisiting some of the fundamentals in terms of repair mechanics, and they're also looking into the main weapons like the 50mm cannon and the grenade launcher. If it were me, I would just remove them entirely. I don't really agree with those heavy weapons being on transport vehicles, but hey, I'm not a vehicle designer at DICE, so I guess we'll see what DICE do in the future. Again, no date for that one. So the last two remaining map reworks have still to be released. Discarded is the next one, and it will be releasing sometime in Season 4's lifetime, with Hourglass coming sometime after Season 4, I believe. We've also seen several screenshots and videos of Discarded, so it must be coming fairly soon. At least I would like to hope so. So before we get into the rest of the video, shout out to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video and helping me keep the lights on. So if you've ever tried to search for your favorite Netflix show without a VPN, you might find it's missing from your catalog, and that's because Netflix restricts access to certain shows and movies based on your location. So if you're using Netflix without a VPN, you're only experiencing a fraction of the shows and movies you could be. But with ExpressVPN, you can connect to any location in the world. All you need to do is look up where that show is available, connect to that country, and you can watch whatever you want. So say I want to watch a classic like The Godfather, I connect to Canada, and there it is. If you're in the US and you want to watch Rick and Morty, just connect to the UK, and it really is as simple as that. The connection speed is really good as well, so you won't experience any buffering or bad quality either. Now, additionally, ExpressVPN also protects you and prevents your ISP from spying on everything you do. US ISPs can actually legally sell your data to ad companies for their own agendas, and UK-based ISPs keep logs of not only the websites you visit, but even private conversations you have for up to 2 years. But ExpressVPN reroutes 100% of your network traffic through their encrypted servers, keeping everything safe and sound. Furthermore, they've been voted the best VPN in 2023 by Tom's Guide, CNET, TechRadar, and many more. So if that's something that tickles your fancy, click the link in the description to get 3 months free. Once again, thank you ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. Now, there is some sort of a jet rework, or at least DICE are looking at the fundamentals of jets in Battlefield 2042. So not so long ago, they opened a new feedback topic on the official Battlefield Discord server where me, you, and anyone who wanted could submit feedback on the jets, so whilst they haven't announced anything officially, I can't imagine any reason why they do this unless they were actually planning to address them in one way or another, so personally I'm very excited for that one. Moving on to squad management, that is confirmed to be in the works, and this one has been a long time coming. Definitely one of the most requested features since the game released. You know, just simple things like being able to create your own squad, kick players, switch to a specific squad, etc. Just fundamental Battlefield things. So that is coming at some point, but they have said that it isn't planned for Season 4, unfortunately. So you're going to have to hold on a while longer for that one. Same deal with Vault weapon attachments and skins. I know I personally feel like the Vault weapons are mostly underpowered when compared to the base weapons in the game. There is the odd one that shines through, but at best it's, you know, comparable to some of the better weapons in Battlefield 2042. And I feel this is largely due to the lack of attachments for them. And again, with skins, I know a lot of players would love to have a mastery skin for each of these weapons and feel a little more incentivized to use them. But both of these features are being worked on by DICE, so coming soon, TM. So let's talk a little bit about Season 5 here, which, as of now, is the last confirmed season for Battlefield 2042, although DICE have confirmed that there will be more support going into later this year. We don't really know if that'll come in the form of Season 6 or what. So the Season 5 map is based on a familiar area from Battlefield 4, and they've given us this little piece of concept art here, possibly Zavod or Giants of Karelia. There's more information and speculation from me in this video if you want more info there. There won't be a new specialist though for Season 5, but they have confirmed that there will be a new gadget or gadgets, and instead of being developed for a specific specialist as we've seen in previous seasons, future gadgets will now be made for a specific class. I can only assume we're going to get some new weapons along with it as well, so hopefully Season 5 is going to be pretty comparable to the previous 4 seasons in terms of content, or fingers crossed, even more content. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Now, the next update, however, in Season 4 is most likely going to be the Leviathan Rising event. So this event has already been data mined by Applebox, so it is within the game files, and the game mode featured here is called Shutdown. It has an attacking team and a defending team, and the attackers must find an EMP gadget somewhere on the map, so I think it sort of spawns randomly, and then use it on an enemy objective. So something similar to Obliteration from Battlefield 4. Again, more info in this video if you need that. Of course, to go with the game mode just like in previous events, you will have to likely accrue ribbons to unlock various cosmetic rewards that mostly resemble scary Slipknot masks. Okay, next, the end of round timers are also going to be adjusted. We've already seen adjustments to the insertion screens and deployment screens with Season 4. Those are a lot snappier now, and I know players are really enjoying that. I can definitely say the same, but as players have pointed out, it's still faster to quit out of a round at the end and rematch make than it is to stay in the same server and wait for the timer. So DICE have mentioned here that they are looking to shorten that somewhat, and that should be coming, I would expect, fairly soon. And then medic and ammo crates are likely going to have their resupply cooldowns removed. So as you'll no doubt be aware, currently whenever you get ammo or health from one of these gadgets, there's a hidden cooldown before you can do so again. And it sounds from what they said in the podcast like they're either going to remove it entirely or at least tighten up the cooldown. I can't imagine them removing it entirely though, because surely the health crates will become way too good. You know, you could just dodge in and out of the health crate every time you take damage, but I guess we'll see soon enough. So I was planning to cover unreleased data mines in this video as well, even though they're not official, but it's already gotten pretty long, so I'm going to leave that for another time. But as some of you may know, Temporeal, our main data miner, is taking a break from data mining recently, and it looks like it may be quite a long one. But whilst his data mines, you know, don't always come to fruition, whenever he does find something in the files, it has always been 100% legit. So I also want to cover everything that he's found but hasn't actually been released for the game, because there is quite a lot of interesting stuff there. I've seen some things that have recently been released, like the anime skin pack for example, that he's data mined over a year ago. So there are things in the game files that only come to fruition a year later. So if you're interested in that, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that one. As always guys, thank you for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.